All right, so good afternoon, good morning, good evening. This is I'll name this segment later. GTG spits that grease, etc., etc., etc. You guys all know the tagline. If the title hasn't given me away yet, let's talk. Oh boy, let's talk about Smart Guys 3.0. Ethan, Oliver, Rage Pig Ralph teams up with the King of Gout, the former King of Hate, Paul Burnell. Yeah. Oh yeah. Truth be told, I should have said Ethan, Oliver, Rage Pig, the new King of Hate Ralph teams up with the King of Gout and the former King of Hate, Paul Burnell, DSP, Darksydephil, Dark Geppetto. That's what it should have been. Don't edit that out. Just keep that in. But that's what I should have said. So anyway, so for the first episode of for the first episode of Smart Guys 3.0, and part of this new 3-man setup that DSP has going on over the next few weeks, our first choice is Ethan Oliver, Mr. Rage Pig, the new King of Hate. Oh yeah, himself, Ethan Ralph. Oh my God, formerly of the Kill Stream. You know what I'm saying? Also, what was he also? What's the other show he used to have in the morning? Tequila Sunrise, I think is what it was called. Ethan Ralph is an interesting choice. One, because there was a time where Ethan Ralph was entertaining. Two, Ethan Ralph has a shitload of dirt on him. Oh my Christ, that boy has done anything and everything under the sun to have people hate him or be disgusted by him or ridicule him. Oh my Christ. It's a mess. Ethan Ralph is a mess, and I'm here for it. Also, Ethan Ralph has made enemies with just about anybody and everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how, for some of you who know, PvP has pretty much snakes everybody. Well, Ethan Ralph has made an enemy out of everybody, which is weird because he used to be cool with them, or he helped put these people on, or he had a beneficial working relationship with some of these people at one time or another. You gotta remember, back in the internet blood sports days, actually, let's go before that, even Gamergate, Ethan Ralph has always held a certain position of authority to various degrees. And definitely at the height of internet blood sports, the big three, you know what I'm saying? The big three was Tonka Saw and Failure of Morning Kumite. Then you had Andy, well, it used to be Andy Worski, and then his co-host Adam Worski of Worski Live, and which it went from those two to then Andy by himself, and then JFS, and then he went solo again, and so on and so on. That's a whole story in itself. And then Andy had a partnership with Ethan Ralph for a while. They were traveling, they were doing all that shit. That was during the Tonka Saw fight in Memphis and all that bullshit. Anyway, and then you have shit. Who else did he have? He had a partnership with? Oh, sorry, the big three. I'm sorry, I lost myself there for a minute. Morning Kumite, the Worski Live, and then the Kill Stream. To be honest with you, it was the Kill Stream, and whatnot. And that was Ralph, Ralph. Oh, what's his co-host name? There was, oh shit, give me just a minute. All right, I'm back. I actually remember Gator, but I didn't remember Zidane. But yeah, back when the Kill Stream originally was Ethan Ralph, Gator, and Zidane, and then Zidane got out of there early. I can't remember if he had to serve mandatory in the military or if he was in school or something in his country. And then, and then all the nonsense that happened with Gator and Ethan Ralph and their beef. To be honest with you, literally, Zidane was the only one who got out of that bitch clean, which is ironic, to be honest with you, because he was kind of probably the nicer one out of the three anyway, or he was the one that was probably the most well liked. Anyway, so there's the kind of the history of that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ethan Ralph was a really big name and shit. Like, it took someone from the Wall Street Journal to get him kicked off of YouTube, and he's bounced around to every little rinky-dink streaming service there was after that. Stream.me, and all the other ones that were out there and around at the time. And he's had quite the journey, to be honest with you. And like how Andy's kind of considered the retarded phoenix that always rises after a massive fall and crash and burn, you could say that about Ethan too, to some degree, except for in recent years where he ain't sat there and fathered 2 kids with 2 separate women. He's in Mexico. He lives in, supposedly he's living out of a shack or whatever the fuck it is, man. He's barely making enough and shit. Allegedly, he's relapsed a few times. That's confirmed. Ethan's a mess. Ethan's an absolute fucking trash fire. And to see DSP have to navigate that is going to be different, because Ethan will be cordial for a bit, for a while. If he's sober, he'll be cordial, he'll be patient, and he can even be charismatic. You know what I'm saying? To a point. If he comes up there, drunken Ralph, rage pig Ralph, pilled up Ralph, who knows where any of that shit will go. Ralph will burn anything and everything down. Scorched earth all the way around. Full 360. Human combustion type bullshit. For real, for real. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have a problem setting himself on fire to get everybody else. He literally has no problem doing that. And it'll be interesting to see DSP kind of have to squirm and deal with that shit. And does DSP really want to cause the eruption that is the rage pig, Ethan Oliver Ralph? Does he really want to what's the term I'm looking for? Does he really want to occur the wrath of Ethan Ralph of the kill stream? Does he really want that heat with the man who, after DSP dropped the King of Hate moniker, was the first person on Twitter to pick that shit up and be like, I'll run with that. It should have belonged to me anyway. Does he really want that? Does he think he really can handle it? And even if he does boot him off the stream, it's not like that situation with Craig, where Craig just was like, fuck it, walk away, make his money somewhere else. It's not like with Rich, when he ain't just waddled his ass back to wherever he went and made his money, what little money he was going to make anyway. Ethan won't take that slight laying down. And he will sit there and use his appearance on Smart Guys 3.0 to try to get back at the Kino Casino in any way he can, while trying to burn DSP in the process. It's going to be a very interesting situation, to be honest with you. Or it could be a dud. It really could just be a snooze fest, and that's that. But the drama part of it, if there is a drama segment, which of course there will, because why not? It's the reason why all these guys are going to go up there anyway. Should be good. It should be good. And whatnot. Now, my question is, is Ethan, or has Ethan gone over the Discord conversations and shit? And if he does, I'm anxious to see what he pulls out of that, what shots he decides to take with that. I'm very curious on how that is and what he'll do with it and how he goes about it. And yet again, as prone as Ethan Ralph is to burning everybody down, if he does decide to come in there strategically, how long will he try to keep DSP on the hook? Because he understands that DSP is fragile, sensitive, a bitch, basically. And if he decides that he does want to keep him in pocket, how will he choose to do that? And how long can he do that? You know what I mean? Because let's be honest, Ethan Ralph's reputation perceives him. I'm sure people in DSP's audience has talked about this. I already have a video that's already been cut up, big ups to Diggs, where we're going to go over it. It'll follow this video, maybe not directly, not immediately, but it's coming. Whether before Ethan's appearance or after it. And we'll go over some of the nonsense that's in there. We'll have Ethan's pitch. We'll have DSP's recent announcement of it. And we'll see what happens. But, you know, I'm it's going to be very interesting to see how Ethan plays it. Because Ethan really holds all the cards. He literally dictates how this goes. Because he is a very assertive type of person like PPP is. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. And Ethan, like PPP, they're not cut from the same cloth. But they have come out of a similar fire. You know what I'm saying? Like they've been forged in an interesting way as it pertains to the internet and different, to various degrees. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how DSP is going to handle that. Because trust me, PPP was coming in there with, or Triple P as I like to call him, he was coming in there with kids' gloves. I don't know if Ethan Ralph has the patience to do that shit, even if he's sober. You know what I mean? even if it's sober, because Ethan Ralph, just like PvP, is going to want to entertain himself. It's the only thing that's going to keep him motivated to keep doing it. So who can say? Who can say? I am very, very interested to see what happens. But more importantly, if Ethan is trying to go for some type of reoccurring situation, I'm anxious to see how well he can make an impression, not just on DSP, but on his audience, to make sure that he comes back. You know what I mean? It's not just a matter of Ethan Ralph getting on there. I want to know what Ethan Ralph's going to do to want to keep himself coming back on there. Because as long as he has that platform, the longer he can keep launching attacks at Kino Casino, the better for him, to be honest with you. So, because Ethan's in a position right now, financially as well as otherwise, where he needs some momentum. And DSP might be one of the stepping stones to help do that. Especially if he can get into a back and forth with Andy and PPP, but Ethan can't take those guys on if he's not sober. If he's not thinking, if he doesn't have the reaction time, if he doesn't have those cylinders firing, it's not gonna work out well. But this is me thinking in the long term. I don't know if Ethan's thinking that far ahead, but I know I am, to be honest with you. So we'll see. But that's what the situation is with that. I just wanted to give you kind of my quick thoughts on it. Like I said, I'll do a video going over Ethan's pitch and whatever DSP has said within relevancy or whatever I feel that might be important leading up to it. And then that'll come out. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'll try to have it out before Ethan's appearance. If not, it'll be out afterwards. Always late, never breaking. It's still a thing around here, around these parts of Goutopia. And that's how it goes. But anyway, tell me what you guys think. Tell me how you feel about it, if you feel anything and whatnot. This has been, I'll name this segment later, GTG Spits That Grease. I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Take care of yourselves, people. Later.